still hot, 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 hot. I'll just have to fan myself a minute. Hot, but I'm having a coffee because I'm absolutely knackered. Little one not sleeping last night, getting up at stupid o'clock in the morning. And then, I then got woken up by my mum early in the morning by some news on TV, which I'll tell you about in a minute. No balloon. Well, let me fan myself. Well, yeah, because it's still hot in the UK, if any of you are not from the UK. So yeah, just getting woken up all night. But my mum rings me early this morning, and I was trying to have a lie in because I just got woken up all night. And I don't watch the news and that. My mum was like, "Oh, have you just seen what's the channel, the programme called? Good Morning Britain, you know, with Piers Morgan." And I was like, "No." And she went, he's going on to Sadiq Khan's on, going on about the Trump balloon. And because I was telling her on Sunday when I went to Wales to go and see my mum about it all, and saying, you know, telling her, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, they're talking about the balloon." So anyway, I goes on, it's gone off. I just caught the end of it and thought, right, I'll try and go on the next channel, you know, when it's repeated. For some reason I was on, I don't know what channel I was on, but I missed it again. So I've been online, so you can go and check it out on Good Morning Britain on YouTube channel, and you can see they've split the interview into two. One's Sadiq Khan with what's going on in London, and the other one's, you know, the Trump balloon business. So, you know, no one has to get offended on here what I'm going to say, because I didn't say this. Piers Morgan said it. Good on Piers Morgan as well. So I watch it. And I always think the things I've seen lately of Khan, because obviously I don't really watch him, not interested, is he never looks. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. Ooh, I'm very excited. You know, Boris Johnson's gone and some others, so you know it's all breaking down, isn't it? Don't know why. Someone coming over soon. So I'm watching it, and I always think the things that I've seen lately with Sadiq Khan, about the three boys thing and all that, when people have gone up against him, he never looks remorseful, or what's the word, or he just never looks like he's got no empathy or anything. To me, his face just never looks like it's got any emotion on it whatsoever. Just like, you know, he hasn't got a soul, basically. Because Piers Morgan, you know what Piers Morgan's like, some people don't like him, but he does say it as it is, and good on him. Because he was going on about the balloon thing, you know, saying, do you think it's fair, basically, that we're going to put a big balloon up, especially over the Houses of Parliament? He said, if it was just the Trump balloon over, like, Brighton Beach or something, he said, I wouldn't be bothered. But you're putting it over, like, the place of power, you know, them silly people in Houses of Parliament. No, I don't think so. So I'll just talk about this a minute. So, you know, he said, you're flying it over the Houses of Parliament. No, it's quite a big blow-up, you know, inflatable balloon. Yeah, so what made me laugh was, because it's all on camera now, guys. If you go and see, it's all on camera. And Sadiq Khan said this as well. Yes, it's disgraceful. Balloon show a disgraceful terrorist sympathiser Khan. Well, some of us actually know that Khan. What's the story with who he supported, who was, and him who's in prison? I can't remember the names, if you know what I'm talking about. I can't remember what the story is, but yeah, she really shouldn't be in the position he's in. But so Piers Morgan said, after all this, you know, going on, and Sadiq Khan's like, yeah, well, as long as it's a peaceful protest, I'm not bothered. So then Piers Morgan said, all right then. He said, so if someone, for instance, and this isn't me saying this is what Piers Morgan said. For instance, if someone wanted to put a balloon up of you as a pig, he said, because that would offend your community, you know. He said, would that be okay? And he went, well, yeah, it wouldn't bother me, because I'm, you know, as long as it's done in a peaceful process, a peaceful protest, you know, he's basically saying it's fine. So if the Trump balloon goes up, we're allowed one of his balloons up, because he said it was fine, as long as it's done peacefully. So, you know, if they put the Trump balloon up, and if someone else does get another balloon to do with Khan, we're allowed to put it up, because Khan said as long as it's peaceful, it's allowed to go up. And if it's not allowed to go up, then neither is the Trump balloon. And he said it on camera, live on TV this morning, so there you go. Because if it's the other way around, it'll be one rule for one and one for another. So if you can stick a Trump balloon up, we can stick a Karen balloon up. That's all I'm saying. And then he went on to talk about a bit about, you know, what's going on in London with, I can't remember precisely how many numbers, but say it was 1,000 or more stabbings that are going on in London, and 50 people have died. And he's sort of saying, you know, since you've been in, you know, your position, it's not gone down, it's skyrocketed. And he was just there going, oh, yeah, well, you know, it's because we're trying to do our best and we're trying to do that. You're not trying to do anything. You've took the police off the streets. He's going on about the police, oh, we've got to take more money in taxes to fund them, and then we can do this and then we can do that. But they actually mentioned Manchester, good up north here, Manchester, saying, well, at least they're the police are chasing, you know, like these people who go around on their mopeds and the motorbikes robbing people and doing all this, and said they're actually, because down there they were saying they weren't allowed to chase them, you know, but they are actually chasing them in Manchester, so that's good. But you can go and check that out anyway, because it's all there, you know, there for you to see on what's it called, Good Morning Britain YouTube channel. It's all there for you to see in black and white, you know. Piers Morgan, you know, you can go and see it yourself. He is a useless git, but what gets me about him, he has no compassion. I've seen him on a few things. He has no compassion. He has no... I think Piers Morgan said something about, I've got two boys, you know, like I live in London, that go out clubbing in London, and people are fearful, you know, their kids are going to get stabbed. He said, so I do worry when they go out. And he went, well, so do I, you know, because some of these stabbings have happened to people around my area, and, you know, don't you think... No, you're not bothered. You're not bothered. Your face doesn't even look bothered. You're not remorseful. You have no compassion. He just sits there all dead, like, he sits there like, he was just like this on telly going. And I thought, oh, you'll be gone soon anyway. Oh. Yeah, good for Piers, that's what I say, good for Piers. Yeah, Europeans are fighting back. Viva la revolution, because Piers, Boris Johnson's resigned and some others. So that's good. And this week, maybe next week, maybe the next fortnight, I'm telling you now, May will be going. May will be going. She'll be the next to go, along with Merkel. We know there's a load of things happening, and they're kicking out and lashing out because a certain somebody's coming on Thursday. You know, that they're portraying as a baby. And I will be wearing my top. It's too hot, but I'm going to try and wear it because it is quite thick. Because either that or I'll be wearing my Q-on, but I think I'll be wearing my I'll be wearing this one on Thursday. And then I've got to get this back on. They're just a bit hot to wear at the minute. But I'm just like... And last night I was sat there like a numpty. I was going to come on, but I thought I got it mixed up. I was going to watch Reverend Simon Sideways with, I think it was moved out of London last year because he and the Tories have ruined London. Exactly, they have. And it's, you can't say he's made anything go down. It's gone up since he's been there, so that says something. Reverend Simon Sideways, I think it was Red Pill Phil doing the interview with Brian Harvey. I think with Eddie OK, or someone was doing some sort of thing. I think it's tomorrow. For some reason, I thought they were going live last night. And I think Brit Girl as well, or something's going on with some people that I watch. And I thought it was last night, and I was sat there like a wally, and I was going to come in here and realise that they weren't coming on. But never mind. And that's it, because I want to listen about the interview with Brian Harvey, because I think that'll be interesting. And I've been watching a few things about him because they've been popping up. And yeah, it all sort of interlinks with all the stuff going on about. They are stopping Trump supporters and allowing protesters again. Yeah. Well, he said that. I don't know if he said Brian Harvey, the march for, march is welcoming Trump, and then they're having an anti one. But of course they're going to do that. And of course in mainstream media, that's what they'll probably say, won't they? They'll probably do more on, oh, look at the massive march against Trump. Well, actually, you probably won't film on the other bit of it. We all know the games, but they have to do this because it's like Hillary Clinton in America, isn't it? They have to do all this, and they're like the Democrats. They have to do all this because they know someone's coming, they know things are happening, and they're not going to go down without a fight. They don't just go, so I'm going to give in. They do go down with the fight, so, you know. But I also noticed as well, talking about Hillary Clinton, that I didn't know her father was, I don't know the leader or whatever he was, but he was actually in the Chicago mob. So obviously Hillary was in the Chicago mob, which says a lot. And also, yeah, I did. You can tell Simon if you want, but I've got a crush on Simon. I don't know what it is about him. I keep trying to say things in his chat, but I don't think he notices. But I've grown to like, I liked him anyway. But I've got a crush on Simon. I think he's single as well. Yeah, yeah, but his language, I know, but I just think he makes me laugh with it because I don't find him. I know some people don't like cursing. I curse a lot when I get mad, but he does have. Don't forget, he has Reverend Simon Sideways and Reverend Simon Sideways family channel. The family channel is the one for not swearing. Careful where you wear any prideful. Oh, I know. I'm gonna wear it though. It's not too in your face, but I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear it. Um. Yeah, I've got a crush on him, but he does swear, but he does have the two channels because he's not, he does tries not to on the family one, but he's just passionate. He's just a down to I see him as a down to earth guy. He's passionate, but when he swears or he tries not to, he just makes me crack up because I just think because you know when you just like you want to say something and it just comes out. It just comes out of Simon's mouth. I just think I don't know. I just think he's funny. I know some people don't like him, but I just think he's funny. But yeah, I've got a crush on him. I like down to earth people, you know, who will just say it as it is and whatever. He's been quite good lately. But yeah, and I was looking on this Q map thing, and I also saw this little saying, and I thought, oh, what does that say? And it said, "Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews," and seeing as that's what people keep going on about, "and are not, but do lie." I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense to anybody. There's lots of stuff on there, but yeah, I did watch. I did watch them the other day. I can't remember what they were talking about. Because there's a woman in chat who was waffling on with herself because he was swearing, and she's been on my chat because of my tattoo. She thinks I'm an awful person because I've got a tattoo. But I was listening to him this morning. I think, yeah, yeah. I was. Was he on this morning or yesterday? He was. What was his video? Because I did watch it. Yep. So let me check because I was going to talk about that actually, and I can't actually remember what I was actually watching. I watched that much stuff. I was watching. Oh, Farage, yeah. I've not really looked into that properly. I did see a video, I think it was this morning, of him saying, yeah, he would run for that again because he looks like he needs to come back. Farage, come back. Some people were a bit naffed off because he didn't talk that much about, you know, Tommy and that, but I think he was just sort of being, you know, not too, you know what I mean. But hi. But yeah, I want him to come back. Because apparently someone who'd want to run for Theresa May's position anyway, we definitely don't want him. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, was it yesterday? I was watching, what was I watching? I was watching The Royal Family and the UK Government Dark Secrets. We all know that about the Hunting Lodge. Some of you might not know, but some of us do know. Oh, I don't know what we're talking about here. Well, if we're talking about racism, everything's just chucked everywhere these days, isn't it? Because it's all to divide. I saw Zara, can never remember his name, and he said something today, and I thought, it's true. It's all to divide. It's just all to divide us. Theresa May, no. Sadiq Khan, no. Where was he this morning? Oh, it's just gone off. Let me try again. Yeah, did anyone see Simon Sideways? I can't remember what he was waffling on about. What have I been watching? I was watching Brian Harvey. Rebel Media. And my phone won't let me go on it, so there you go. So I don't know what I was watching. Yeah, Sharia May, Traitor May, whatever you want to call her. She'll be going soon. She'll be going in the next fortnight or something because I mean, what's that thing? They'll sign this to say, like we're out of the EU sort of thing, but we just got bits of their laws or bit. No, it's nothing. We've got nothing. Yeah. But has anyone watched Reverend Simon Simon? I can't remember what I was watching. I think it was this morning. And then obviously we've got Trump over the pond doing his putting who he's appointing in what's it called? Supreme Court. So that'll be interesting. So that just reminds me of here. He's sorting out the Supreme Court there, and we're trying to sort the MPs out and all that. And I tell you what I hate about them as well, not all of them, is the way they all sit there heckling and laughing. They're like a bunch of school kids. And we all know why they don't want certain stuff to come out, because we all know quite a few of them in there like children, don't they? We know that some of them had been in that cabinet before, and we've heard stories and this, that, and the other about it. Yeah. I'm trying to think I'm so tired today. I'm trying to think what I was watching. I can't remember who you're talking about now. But yeah, Farage would be great. There's quite a few people that would be great actually. But we just need to see new people in the House of the Parliament, because they're just not saying every single one of them. Yeah, Simon, they're just an absolute joke in that place. They just sit around doing nothing apart from laughing, apart from when the cameras are on, and then they're all just heckling. But it's like my dad said the other day. There's an old saying that's always been said. Oh, and by the way, Q was saying, and it has shouted out for those of you who follow Q, something about Godfather 3, Godfather 3. I think that's a reference to Hillary Clinton, because her dad was in the Chicago mob. So she was. That's why she's like she is anyway and doesn't care. Like to the people who are going to testify against Hillary and the Hillary Clinton server have been blown up in their house at weekend. Does that sound like a mob thing? Yes, it does. Doesn't sound dodgy, does it? I forgot what I was going to say again. I don't know if we've had any Q jobs this morning. I haven't actually checked. I don't think we have, because I think there's a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, we've got the Supreme Court thing going on, and we're waiting for Trump to come over and to see the Queen, and all the stuff that's going on this weekend, Tommy Robinson marches, this, that, and the other. Yeah, I just see, the Seth Rich witnesses are doing a news conference today. Agents apparently, they're supposed to. I heard they were supposed to be disguised. Hi, Eddie's okay. Oh, it's nice that you've come on. I was just saying, I thought, are you doing the interview on Wednesday with Brian Harvey? Have you got Simon Sideways on and that, or was that just me getting confused with someone else's with Red Pill Phils? I get confused. Oh yeah, biggest mafia in the UK. Yeah, I was sat there last night waiting, and I thought I've got the wrong day. Is it just with Brian, or is it with Simon, Reverend Simon Sideways, Brit Girl, Red Pill Phil? Is it all of you? Because I was watching something with Brian the other day, and some people saying he's got a bit, not mixed up, but we couldn't understand what he was sort of talking about, so we need people to calm him down a bit. Just Brian. So you're doing just Brian, and I think Red Pill Phil's doing. He said so. That's where I got confused. He said he's doing one with. They're having a couple of people on discussions. I was just saying I quite like Simon Sideways. I've got a crush on Simon Sideways. Yeah. So I'm gonna watch them. I got mixed up because I knew yours was on Wednesday, and I thought he was doing one last night, but I must have been mistaken, because I was sat there waiting, and I kept checking, and I thought I've put the bell on and nothing's come on, and I was going to come on live, and I thought, no. I need to know, I know Eddie might not be into it, but have you seen, because I'm sure I've posted it on your channel quite a few times, have you seen Q the Plan to Save the World film? Because even if you don't know of Q, you think it's a conspiracy, or you're just like, oh my God, that film just explains everything. It explains everything about Q, but it explains everything about the way the world works, as we all know, with the government and how they're trying to divide us with. Did you think it was good? It just makes sense to me with how they divide us all through the races. Everyone's fighting about the racism thing, and then we've got like the feminist thing, like women hating men, and then we've got the religion thing. The three things we all fight about are on there. How they put it out there for us to all be arguing and fighting with each other. It's taking off the biggest thing is that we should be fighting against or going up against is, you say the government this, that, I just call them elites because there's a lot of them. It's the elites. Is that who we're supposed to be going up against? All of us are supposed to be uniting together. We're still all fighting about, ooh, white supremacy, ooh, black supremacy, ooh, this, blah, 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 blah. Oh, we've got to make men dead soft, and, women are hating on men, and then you've got religion, and it's getting on my nerves now. It's getting on my nerves. You can see it everywhere. Speaker's Corner is just that now. It's just like clashing, clash. I mean, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual, I'd say. I believe there's a God, there's a creator, but I'm not religious, But it's like, let's get rid of religion and we might be able to like sit down and, it's a really good film, but that is part of Q. And I'm really into Q, if you watch me. Here's my dad. Yeah, Godfather 3, famous quote from the film. This is what Q said. The only wealth in the world is children. More than all the money and the power on earth is children. Have a think about that. Because everything that's going on at the minute, everything that's going on in the UK with what Tommy brought to light, even the things that some of us know about the royal family, some of the MPs, these people, these elites, these ones who are high up with money, it's children. All roads lead to pedophilia. It's children. And it's all connected around the globe. With everything else that's going on. But like I said, if they keep us divided, they keep us warring against each other. And then you've got all this, Hillary trying to set World War III off with Russia when we all know it wasn't Russia. And they're still trying to do it again with the Skripal poisoning again because they're still trying to shove that down there, aren't they? Like, oh, it's Russia. It's Russia. 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 Probably trying to get that in before Trump comes over. And Trump's going to be going seeing the Queen, doing a bit of a, you've been naughty. And I've just been watching a documentary on Prince Andrew, who's friend with, what's his face, Epstein, I can never say his name right. Quite a few of us know about that one. But even the thing with Brian Harvey, that Eddie's okay, your interview you're doing is very interesting because I watched one the other day. I'm assuming you've seen it with, or I was talking about yesterday with Christine Hart, and when we got to the end of it, yeah, but if you don't know, maybe she did and whatever, and it's not nice because, like I've said before, this whole thing to some people at the top is a game. But it's not a game as in it's a game. It's a game to them, but real people die. But you've got to also remember, what mainstream media pump out is not what's going on behind the scenes. No matter who they use or they kill or they do whatever, it's not what's going on behind the scenes. I follow Q, I don't know if you do, so, when you've got this going against all that, it's pretty bonkers. But I forgot what I was saying now. Oh yeah, so I was watching the one with Christine Hart, and Brian was talking about stuff at the beginning because it got a bit of confusion, obviously, because it had John Wager in it, but he didn't say much about him, so it was more about that Maloney guy. But at the end, what got interesting to me, if anyone saw it, was when she talked about she was a monarch, the monarch training, the MK Ultra, and Danielle Westbrook, because they all said, I was just watching Brian before, oh, Brian was a drug, years ago, oh, he got Daniela on drugs and all that. When you look into it, when you know about all this stuff and how they work, that's what they do with people. If they're not killing you off to shut you up, they're, what's the word? They're assassinating your character, and then you won't work again, like he hasn't got money now and stuff like that. And to me, Brian's just one of them, seems to be a down-to-earth lad, like Tommy Robinson, says it as it is. People don't like it because he's got a mouth and he'll say it as it is. He's not fueled by money and stuff like that. And like I said, that song they brought out in E17, that House of Love, said that song says it all to me. That song needs to be revived. House of Love. It says not bothered about colour, not bothered about creed. That song's really good. Um, but I just yeah, they demonetize you and everything or whatever the word is. That's what they've done to Brian. They broke him down, but he's ready to talk now, because funnily enough, all this stuff that I've been talking about on here is coming out in America. It's everywhere and everyone's starting to talk out now. Yeah, where we go one, we go all. The Scripples had a food poisoning, but look like what the media said, it's gone off again. Funny that the Scripple, the first one, was on the car where it was left was on the Chemex site or whatever you call it, which was funny enough that's funded by the Clintons Foundation, something to do with the Clintons. It's a bit dodgy. Who my view on John Wood? Well, I never really knew a lot about him. It's just been coming to light with certain things, and then I watched Red Pill Phil's. I know he's a whistleblower, but Red Pill Phil's video, that I've seen that other people doing bits of it, but I don't know. I think that it's true what he's been saying. But Brian said something. I know his name was put in when Brian was talking about it, but it wasn't a lot. It might have just been something he said, or I don't know, but. The truth will come out in the end anyway. But it's just mad. But I think this week's going to be really it's going to be a big week this week. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's no comment yet because looking at stuff he said, I believe what he said at the minute. Because, the stuff they're talking about is stuff we're all talking about, and you can see. And I believe Brian knows quite a bit about stuff, and I've seen some of the videos, but I don't think he knows the whole of a lot of stuff. The higher up stuff, I'm not sure. I just feel for Brian at the minute because the video I saw the other day when he was talking about something, he was very like and this, and I just feel. It's like I said to my dad last night, we were having a discussion about it. I said, I just feel, and I know Amanda on there said it as well, he's very frustrated at the minute. He said he's been staying in his house. I think he's just very frustrated and he's just trying to get everything out, and you can get confused in that as well. Free State UK, well said. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, should drone tack that a balloon? It's just Eddie. Okay, did you see this Piers Morgan on not that watch telly? What's it called again? Britain. What's the UK show called in the morning? Britain. Good Morning Britain. I haven't. No, I did see bits of that, but like I said, it'll all come out in the end, even if it's a bit of I don't know. It's too soon to say yet. But I do. I do believe Ryan. No, I don't do TV. But what happened this morning, I just said before, was I was in bed and I was knackered because my little one's been keeping me up because it's hot. And my mum rang me and she was like, "Have you seen?" That's why I can't remember the name. Have you seen Morning Britain, whatever it's called? I said, "No, what you ringing me for?" And she went, "Go and have a look. It's Khan and Piers Morgan. He's having a right go at Khan." And I was like, "Oh, I'll go and watch it," but I missed it, so I had to watch the repeat. But I was watching the wrong channel, so I missed it again. So I went over to YouTube and watched Good Morning Britain. That's what it's called. Good Morning Britain. The YouTube channel has got it all there, so you can all go and see it. Watched it. It was Piers Morgan having a right go at Khan, asking him about the balloon, why has he said yes to it. And he was like, basically, he was like, well, as long as it's a peaceful process. And he was like, yeah, but he's going over the Houses of Parliament. It's a bit, bang out of order. If it was on Brighton Beach, I wouldn't be bothered, but that's a powerful place, like where we make all our, things up. And he went, yeah, but if it's a peaceful protest, so then Piers came out with, well, all right then, well, what if we could get a balloon of you as a pig? He said, I'm just saying as an example, because that would be offensive, wouldn't it? And he was sort of like, well, yeah, no, you could fly it because as long as it's done in a peaceful way, it's a peaceful protest. So guess what, guys? He said it on TV, we're allowed to get one up of Khan. So if the Trump goes up, we can get one of Khan. If Trump doesn't go up, we don't have to put Khan up, but it's not one rule for one and one for another, even though we know that's what they do. And then they had the discussion about London and the state of London and all the stabbings, and he was saying, Piers Morgan said, well, there's been 1,000 or something stabbings and 50 people have died, and what are you going to do about it? And he was just like, oh yeah, just go and watch it. He's got no remorse. He's got no compassion. We all know why. He's got no compassion. His face he doesn't even look bothered. But I'm telling you now, he'll be gone soon. Come on, Trump. When Trump comes over, I mean, Boris Johnson's already resigned. Some others have already resigned. It's all falling apart. Not just in the UK, globally falling apart. That's why they're all pushing all this stuff out, because, like I said, they're going to go down with a fight. They're not just going to lie down. They're going to go down with a fight. He is. I never knew he was that small. Who mine or I'm on Facebook. Well, I think I am because I keep posting stuff on there. They probably don't put it on. But I'm assuming we've still got because they said Trump marches, you know, to welcome him on the 14th, but that's going along with Tommy Robinson, isn't it? Because Tommy Robinson on the 14th, and then Sadiq Khan said about they're doing an anti-Trump. Well, the balloon, the Trump balloon, you know, whoever's paid for that on that side, and then apparently some of us patriots have got together and we've got quite a bit of money together to. I know about another one. That might be going up, but we'll see. Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't fly. Maybe they'll just decide. You know, he might think now that Piers has said that to him. Do you know what? We won't fly it because I don't want anyone flying one of me. But like I said, if Trump goes up, then they can battle it out. Them balloons can battle it out, bobbing around in the air above the Houses of Parliament. So like I said, yeah, 16,000. But I'm sure us others have got a bit more for the other one. Yeah, Trump will just laugh about that. Because someone said the other week he was blowing the balloon up to check that, you know, it had no holes in it. And they were going, oh, he'll be really offended because he gets dead offended. Trump doesn't get offended. See how he says things? That's why people don't like him. He calls a spade, and that's it. He just says it as it is. Everyone gets offended because everybody today, like I've said before, gets offended about everything. Because we're all a bunch of mad asses. Because, you know, it's hate speech, it's this speech. No, someone's just telling you something and you don't like it. You're just wrapping your kids up in cotton wool and everyone's offended with everything. You know, it's, yeah, snowflakes. Everyone's offended by everything. And that's how it turns into hate speech. It's like I said before, with Antifa waffling on with all the stuff, they're actually fighting for the wrong cause. But, you know, then that big patriot came along in America and just punched that guy out. And someone was like, yeah, but he could have had brain damage. I said, well, so could the patriot because he came at him with a stick. It was self-defence. What they did in that area, in the blue area, the Democrat area, which they do down here with, you know, if there's one march going on, they'll make sure that they're putting them together because they want to antagonise them. Yeah, and what they do is, in America, they up in the blue area, the Democrats, when the Trump supporters came in, they made sure they had no, you know, nothing on them like sticks and knives and stuff. They had no weapons on them. They went and put them in the area with the Democrat, you know, them people who follow her who never thought she'd lose. And they've all got batons. They've been throwing, what is it, like smoke bomb things in or whatever they had. They've had knives. Who've they been funded by? I think it was Soros. They've had weapons. They're allowed to stay in that area of weapons. You know what I mean? Well, you check the Trump team out. They're not allowed weapons, but there he was with his fist, and he knocked him out, pushed him to the floor. Tough luck if something happened to him. It's not nice violence. That's why we're saying over here with the Tommy thing or maybe the Trump thing. It's civil. We've got to be civil about it. But if people are going to try and attack people, people are going to try and defend themselves, which is what this guy did. Yeah, it was a patriot self-defense. He came at him with a stick. He was going to wrap that baton around that guy's head. But luckily, they're all little, whatever you want to call them, snowflakes. And he punched him and knocked him out, and that's your fault. If he hit his head on the floor and he got whatever, I know that sounds awful, but he would have got brain damage as well if he'd have wrapped that round his head. It was self-defence. If he didn't want to get hurt or attacked, then he shouldn't have been there attacking them with a stick. So, you know, with his baton thing, he shouldn't have gone after him. And that's that. And everyone's seen that online, so they know it was self-defence, you know, and all that. And we know that goes on over here. Seeing how some of the police have been over here at the marches when I'm watching them live, it's, you know, and these Antifa people who think, you know, they're sticking up for freedom of speech. They're just sticking up to be shut up because they will be shut up in the end. It's like I said, but I'm watching. I watch a lot of Speaker's Corner. I'm just like, oh, guys, just arguing over religion and who came first and where we all came from. And really, we can't really go back to that. We've got to unite. You know, you call racist if you're saying this, or history was written by, it's his story. It was written by whoever was ever in charge at first. Thank you. You know, and history's a load of baloney anyway. A lot of it, you know, a lot of it's been twisted and hidden and lied about to make us all fight against each other, as I keep saying. Yeah. America, you know, America are our allies. That's why in the UK they're always going, oh, America, meh, this, that, and the other. Well, they are our allies. And the thing is with Q, as we all know who follow the Q, you don't have to follow Q to be awake, because I've noticed, me and my dad have said, like Red Pill Phil, Eddie is okay, and Reverend Simon Sideways. Loads of people know about government and how things work and what they do and how they get it in, and it's been like this for a very long time. Yeah, my dad said history would be a wonderful thing if I knew it was true, exactly. Just to keep us fighting, keep us in wars and stuff. I forgot what I was talking about now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and we can see, you know, a lot of people are waking up to all that, you know, and not watching the news because it's their propaganda, their narrative they put over. They just lie about everything, this, that, and the other. But on the deeper rabbit hole of things, Q's like, I think that's why some people don't believe it, because they're like, oh my God, it's like you go down that rabbit hole once you go down. I mean, even if you're awake anyway, you're awake and you can't look back. That's why I was having an argument with my mum the other day. I was like, you know, once you see it, you can't go back to sleep and wake up the next day and sort of forget. I mean, some people might want to, but you just can't once you're awake. But when you've gone down the Q rabbit hole, you're like, you know, because some people might think, oh, it's only the UK that has this problem with, well, we know it's not. We don't. It's not the UK that has a problem with the government. You know, some people might just think, oh, it's just, you know, here and it's just there. Or Americans might be thinking, oh, you know, we're sorting it out here. It's only here. No, it's global. Yeah, you can't unsee things once you're awake. That's why people always go, oh, everyone's gone mad. They keep talking about living in the Matrix and like once you take the red pill. But it is that's the sort of, what's the word? That's the sort of, that is how it goes. Once you've had that red pill of waking up and you start seeing things for what they really are, you're like, I would love to take the blue pill, really. I would love to take the blue pill, wake up tomorrow and not know nothing. But to tell the truth, as much as I found out with everything and all the corruptness and all the evil and all the horrible stuff and the heartbreaking stuff, I'd still rather be awake. Even though I nearly had a breakdown about it when I found out. I was like, what world do we live in? We actually live in, you know, Lucifer's actually took over. Evil entities have actually took over. Because I was watching something about that, and that might sound mad, but I think the more you're on the good side of whatever you want to say that is, God's side, the good side, the right side, knowing right from wrong, the more you put your intentions and pray out there, it's because I'm a bit like that with energy. That's the energy we need to send out. I think over time this is going to sound bonkers to some people, but some people will know what I'm talking about. We've had a lot of bad energies in the world with corruptness, people taking over, the stuff they pump out on Facebook, the stuff they pump out on here, the stuff they pump out on the news. So everyone's like got this negative energy, everyone's depressed, everyone's doing this, everyone's hating, everyone's fighting against, like I said, race, this, that, and the other, religion, whatever. So there's this negative energy, and I'm sure if there are any entities, they all feed off that, and it becomes more because they say you are what you think. You know, that sort of saying, you are what you think, you become what you think. So if a lot of us try to be more positive, which my channel has always been about this, I never knew why I started this channel, but in all of the random stuff that I've done on my channel, it's always been positive. And the only reason I talk about what I talk about now more than other things, because it was random, is because it is very important. It is what's going on in the world at the minute. It's like the biggest time in history. Like I said yesterday, some people might not believe this, but this time in now is the greatest time to be alive. And it's like rewriting the history book for the first time, where actually flipping good win for a change. Because as daft as it sounds, just putting it in one of them sort of senses, I don't know how you say it is, Lucifer has been on this planet and corrupting everything through music, certain music, not all music, but these rappers high up and oh my God, all this stuff that we know about, sacrifices and all this. Well, I can't say the word. It's Luciferian work. It's I can't say the word. Satanism and stuff. All that other side of it that people might not be on yet, but it is. So we have been living in that sort of world, and it's been slowly creeping, getting into our kids. And that's another reason of that saying about kids that, it's not the money and all that, it's to do with the kids. Because we know the evil side, demonic, the evil side of what they use kids for and the abuse and all that sort of stuff. But also the other side of kids is if they're getting into our kids and, through gaming and watching TV and watching certain films on Netflix, we all know what Netflix, who funds Netflix, and all that sort of stuff, the brainwashing our kids of today is the next generation, because obviously our kids are the next generation for the next generation, their kids are the next generation. So if we're becoming more normalised stuff that isn't normal, this paedophilia thing they're trying to get out, trying to normalise it, and all the agenda thing they're trying to all this stuff they're trying to normalise, it's going to become normal, and we are going to be living on a planet that's just full of evilness that everyone thinks is normal, because that's basically what they're trying to do, normalise everything. Like I said, that stupid judge in America trying to bring the age of sex down to 12. What? And then when it gets to 12, maybe in another couple of years, they'll drop it to 9. And then they'll drop it to 5. And everyone's like, yeah, it's all right. No, it's not all right. So, there's that side of the abuse that they do and breaking kids down, that MK Ultra thing, the monitor thing that Christine Hart was talking about. And then you've got the other side where they want to break our kids down, not knowing who they are. Kids from different cultures, like I see in London with a lot of black communities that going on about certain things, and I've heard people saying they don't, certain cultures are not knowing who they are, not knowing, that, if you know what I mean, that big thing that they're going on about, and they always go for the vulnerable, and that's not just black, that's white as well. It's always vulnerable kids from poorer areas. They're gonna go for them because they're more vulnerable. Like the parents might, I'm not saying the parents don't care, but they've broken up the home, they're not with, do you know what I mean? They go for the vulnerable, they go for the vulnerable kids. That's why, okay, I'll let you go in a minute. I'm gonna go in a bit anyway. And then you've got like kids that are in orphanages, like Christine Hart was saying she was, and she said she got the Monarch thing, and that's from the Vatican, and this, that, and the other, and they're still, she said they're still there now under a different name, whatever the name of the orphanage she was at. The vulnerable little kids in and all, they've got no parents saying anything, have they? Do you know what I mean? So the kids are important. There's quite a lot of ways to look at why to them kids are so important. Going for our kids for the next generations. They're infiltrating stuff in schools, education's always changing all the time, and this, that, and the other, and stuff going on. I'm not talking about the teachers. All this stuff, and it's global. Yeah, it is good because some kids are waking up, and my eldest, I had to tell him about Tommy Robinson the other day. He was like, "Oh, Tommy Robinson, he's a criminal and all this." I went, "Sit down, son. I want to tell you something." I said, "Where did you get that information from?" Mainstream media. I said, "Let me tell you something." And even if he was then, which we know he wasn't because he got out of that, because he saw it and getting infiltrated with racism and certain stuff. And even if he had a big gob then, this, that, and the other, we all make mistakes when we're younger. It's about now what he was bringing out, not then, because that's all mainstream media go on about is then. We're not bothered about then. We don't care. Do you know what I mean? We're not bothered. It's about now, we're living now, not then. And this is what's going on with all this stuff in Speaker's Corner. Everyone going on about religion, and everyone going on about, white supremacy, or someone's talking about black supremacy, but when we were slaves and this. You're talking about the past. We've got to get over the past. Like I said, everybody's done wrong. With our ancestors, white ancestors, black ancestors, Chinese ancestors, whatever culture you're from. Everyone's done. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people saying, "Oh, it's only white people," or white people saying, "Oh, it's only black people," or "It's only these people." No, we've all done wrong back in the past, because that's how you learn. We've all sold each other. Whites have sold whites, blacks have sold blacks, Arabs have sold Arabs, whatever you want to say of that argument they have down there all the time. Everyone in the way back in the past, they've all done the same sort of thing. It's not just one set of races that were good and the others weren't. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's done, and that's still now, If they say these elites are only, they're only the white elites, yeah, but there's people working for them that are not. Do you know what I mean? You don't just get good and bad people in one set of race. In the white race, there's good and bad people, because people always go, well, what about the white paedophiles? Well, there is white paedophiles. There's also black paedophiles. There's also Chinese paedophiles. There's also Russian paedophiles. There's all, do you know what I mean? It's not just one set, we're all fantastic and you're not. It comes down to, at the end of the day, like Martin Luther King said, it's the content of your character. It doesn't matter what colour skin you've got. You're either a good person or a bad person. You're either, like my dad says, the two types of people in the world. You're either one that cares or one that doesn't. I'm one that cares. I've got a lot of empathy for people, and that's not just of my culture or my race. I care a lot about everybody. I get emotional about a lot of things, and things that are happening to a lot of kids from a lot of cultures. Like Eddie is okay said, your fantastic speech you did weeks back, you haven't got children, but you class, you know, these things that are happening to children as your children. If we're all from one, we're all God's children, we're all the same at the end of the day. It doesn't matter. All I see skin colour as is, you know, the more you live to a hotter country, you've got a darker skin, like a suntan. I don't mean to be offensive, I just mean, you know, that's all I see it as. You know, but we all bleed red blood at the end of the day. We're all the same, we're all from one at the end of the day. I'm not religious, but, you know, I think there's a creator and we all come from the creator. So if we all come from the creator, we are all one. So what we're all arguing about? It's never mind, who Hamid, I don't even know what it is, said this and eaten. Jesus said this, that, what, and the other, blah, 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 blah. It's like, come on, people. It's like they always say, if a race of aliens came down and wanted to destroy the planet, you know, not just one race, they wanted to destroy all of us would have to come together to fight them off. And that's how I see the elites. We've all got to, it's happening in every country around the world. We know for a fact, Trump is here for peace, for humanity. I don't care what anyone says. Hillary was here for World War III if she'd have got in. So, you know, that's how I see it. There's lots of things going on in the Middle East now. Regimes are falling down and things are all changing. Yeah, standards. We all have red and blue veins. Exactly. And people are just, so many people that are just too, they can't get past that. They can't, like I keep saying, Kanye West said, they can't get off the slave system sort of thing. And that's not just, you know, black people. That's all of us. We've all been enslaved for this shit they throw at us through the TV and this, that, and the other, keeping us down, dumbing us down. That's how they dumb us down. Dumb us down with certain things to keep us all like, oh, we're just treading along, all fighting about the same things, year after year after year after year. You'd think we'd have actually, well, we are beginning to wake up now. And this is why I said, because I'm going to go in a minute, that this is the most important time to be alive. History has got a time to rewrite itself for the better. You know, in so many years again, it'll all creep back in because it's yin yang and that's what it's like. But the pendulum is swinging and it's up here and it's well about to swing back now, especially with Trump coming over. You can see it. What was it? 6 MPs in the UK resigned in 24 hours. Did you not think, like, what's going on there? What's going on there? Not liking it. So we'll see. So is it England? Do we play in them? Because Eddie, I look forward to your interview. I look forward to Simon's whenever it's on. And Red Pill Fields and Brick Girl as well. Yeah, and I just give me a secret where I said I've got a crush on. I don't think he knows. I don't think he watches me actually. I've got a crush on Reverend Simon Sideways. I think he's single as well, but I think he's from down south. So, but I like him. He's funny. Yo 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 yo. I'm going now. But you never know. I might come on tonight. I don't know. It's too hot and I just didn't have a good sleep last night. Oh, it's too sweaty. But if I do come on, I'm on. If I don't, it just means I'm tired or I'm too hot or, you know, I'm watching something else that might have come out, you know, because I've got my eye on the UK, my eye on America, obviously with Trump and Q, my eye on the world, having a look what's going on in the Middle East. I've just got my eye everywhere, looking at everything. Stay frosty. So, yeah, thanks for coming on. And who are we playing against anyway? Who's playing? Is it football? I don't follow football, but, you know, try to watch a bit of England. I think we'll win it this year. Who's playing? States here. Hi in the States. I love all my American friends over the pond. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm wide awake. I'm like this. I'm that wide awake. I can't. Ugh. Oh, and I'm just laughing. I know you can't see on here, but I'm getting a Malin streak in my hair. I am getting grey hair, guys. I'm not dyeing it. I'm just going to have to go grey. I think it's with the wisdom that's coming. I don't know. Oh, is it France and Belgium? Oh, I thought it meant it was thought you meant it was England, but I'm going grey. I'm going more grey since I found out about everything that's going on. And I'm getting like you can't see, I'm getting like a melon streak. So yeah, yeah, I think England are going to win for once. Peace until next time. Yeah, so I'll see you. I might come on tonight. I don't know. I might just have a mooch around and see who's on and have a look. Started going grey at 20. A lot of people do, but they diet. But I just want to be one of those who just might let it all go grey. I am 41. I don't know what it'll look like. If I don't like it, I'll just dye it. But I'm trying to be like, come on, women, you can have grey hair if you want it. The fashion and all these young ones have grey hair these days. Won't have to dye it then, you know. But you can't really see it on camera. But yeah. So have a great day if you're watching football. Enjoy yourself because it's hot, hot, hot. And I really have to go and sit in the garden, but it's too hot. And I'll check you out on Wednesday, Eddie. So see you soon. Bye. Can't get off.